G'day Australia, just a quick one to explain to those people who are still asking what Lawful Rebellion is and what our Aussie Patriots role is and what we're doing. First thing I wanted to clear up was Aussie Patriots role is not just a social media presence. We are a group, a physical presence in Australia, and we're growing by the day. We're in fact by the end of the year should have established local groups in every state and territory in Australia so that we can start having meetings where you can go along or join in electronically and find out what's happening in your local area or share what's happening in your local area so that we can help everyone get through all this crap that's being thrown at us by the corporations that pose as our governments and sit unlawfully in our parliaments. Doesn't matter whether they're state or federal or that thing that we call councils or shires. It doesn't matter who they are. If they are impinging on your rights and we know about it, there's a very good chance we can help you do something about it. But straight away, not waiting for them to lord over you and then talk you out of doing anything about it. It's all about exercising your rights, but it's also about knowing how to exercise them properly. Let's talk about for a second about lawful rebellion. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, lawful rebellion, what is it? What is it?" Okay, the Magna Carta was signed in 1215, and again several times after that, because King John, when he signed it, was supposedly had a knife to his throat and all that sort of stuff. So it was signed under duress. But that's fine because you know what? It's been endorsed by several monarchs after that, and it still stands firm and was part of the construction of our lawful constitution in 1900. So Article 61 is lawful rebellion, which gives the people, or in those days the barons, who were basically the protectors of the people, to go to the monarch and say, listen, you're treating the people badly, and if you don't stop it, we're going to take action. And it's a lawful action, so they seize property and castles and all that sort of stuff. But in today's Article 61, we want the British monarchy, which is an entity, not a person, and the Privy Council to make a declaration based on the indissoluble obligation that's built into our lawful constitution, which is heirs and successors, when it was signed by Queen Victoria. So we want a determination. Are you going to, is the British Commonwealth going to fulfil and honour their obligation, their indissoluble obligation within our constitution, and protect Australia, Australians, our Commonwealth, which is our federation, and our constitution against foreigners, or not? Now, you say foreigners. We are at the present, we have foreign corporations sitting in our parliaments posing as our governments unlawfully. And the only way that we can get them out, well, there's two ways. One is the Article 61, where the British Commonwealth comes in and says, hey, out you go because you can't do that because you're not constitutional. Or they say, no, we're not going to get involved in that. You can sort it out yourself, which creates a constitutional dilemma and a constitutional event, which would require a Section 128 of our lawful constitution referendum to decide, so that people can decide what Australia is going to be starting today and going forward for future generations. Now, either way, we get what we want, and that is action. Okay, we get exposure of the breaches of our constitution, and we also get a crack at these corporations so that we can let them know that we're not going to take it anymore. Okay. So the other thing that we wanted people to know about was the Aussie Patriots roll. The Aussie Patriots roll is being used for many different things, but one of them is a declaration by everyone that's enrolled on the Aussie Patriots roll that it is your will to fully restore our lawful constitution, or get a determination from the UK that they're not going to help us. Once that happens, and it's basically what we're saying is it's the will of the people for this to happen, one way or the other. Okay. So that's one thing. We don't control how quickly that happens because it's in the UK court sitting as a Privy Council. What else are we doing? Okay, in Australia at the moment, we are building the roll. We are opening branches all over Australia so that people will have somewhere to go, either electronically or physically, to talk to other like-minded people, to air their grievances, to let us know what's happening in their local area, so to see what we can do about it while it's happening, instead of trying to play catch up all the time. Because One of the things that these governments, these corporations are good at is distraction. Now, I call it the poker machine syndrome. They give us a little win every now and then so they can take our focus off what we're really losing. And what we're really losing is our country. Little bit by little bit, we are getting less and less ability to control what happens to us in our own country. We have to stop that and restore it back to what it was. When it was as it was supposed to be by our lawful constitution, government at the will of the people. Our electoral systems are stuffed, they're corrupt. Our politicians, not an honest one amongst them. So that's what we're doing. So join us and help us. Share your information, share your ideas, share your knowledge with us through the Aussie Patriots roll, and get involved with our interviews. We're bringing lots of people in from varied walks of life so that they can tell you what they're doing. And they're not going to become us and we're not going to become them, but we're going to become the focal point. The Aussie Patriots roll will be the focal point to find out information, to share information, to meet with like-minded people so that you can, feel part of Australia again. So we want to get our Australia back for all Australians, and we need your help. So join us and let us show you what we're doing, and let's see how you can help us get our Australia back for all Australians.